So observe the flow of your breath without forcing or straining. You can move your body a little bit so you can get comfortable. Just adjust your body so it's more comfortable for you. And then center yourself again toward your breath. And get into an observation mode, like observing your thoughts without reacting to the thought, simply witnessing the thought that arises. And then from your thought, I invite you to sense or use one or two word of description on your energy, how your energetic body feels. And then towards your emotion, how's your emotional body, your feeling body? Just one or two words. And then if you could describe your physical body, just say one or two words toward your physical body. And then you have your intuitive body, your Anamaya Kosha. And just kind of connect with, or just say one or two words, your connection with nature. And then you have the ultimate and the bliss body, which is your the highest source, your Atman or your Brahman, your connection with your soul of who you are. So now bring your awareness towards your breath and just kind of sense your inhalation or feel your inhalation. If your inhalation appears to be shallow or deep, you're noticing your lower abdomen expanding or your ribs expanding. So how your breath is normally just coming into the body and leaving the body. And now from your breath, we move towards your physical body. And perhaps somewhere in your physical body, those layers we just talked about, those 5 koshas, maybe they manifest somewhere within the body itself. So first, let's scan the body itself, how it feels. From your toes all the way to the crown of the head. Maybe you can sense and feel any tightnesses or looseness within the body. And perhaps allow the breath to travel into the tight area. And then just take a deeper breath in and out as you breathe in, bringing it into that tighter area. Allowing your breath to soften and release that tight area. And just bringing in oxygen and fluid consciously. And perhaps maybe you can say one or two words about your physical body in a positive way. And then set your sankalpa, your statement of intent, anything you like to witness or experience throughout the session. Now we're gonna practice the art of seeing with your closed eyes. Part of the dhyana is part of the practice of meditation is witnessing your body from the distance. So imagine that you are sitting in front of a mirror and observe yourself in the reflection of the mirror. Perhaps you can see the rise and fall of your chest. You can see how your clothes and your shirt. And noticing how your arms are resting, your legs are seated. It's about the observation without critiquing. More or less coming to realize that as you look into the mirror, it's actually your essence or a part of your soul who is actually witnessing your physical body. Realizing that you're more than just a physical body, that you, as a sense, can travel different dimensions or travel within the universe, or that you are part of the universe. Probably much better saying. But everybody has this connection. Are connected to the greater source. We're all part of it. Something greater than ourselves. So dharana, the art of meditation, has come to realize that we are meditating and we are watching and seeing and observing the thoughts, the feelings, our physical body, and that we co-create how our life is in some way. Mainly our body that houses and maintains our soul as long as we're here. So let's get back into the movement of the physical body. So let's, from the vision of seeing yourself in the reflection of the mirror, now bring your awareness toward your physical body. And now from physical body, just move a little bit your torso from side to side. And then forward and backward. And then let's bring the palm of your hands together and rub the palm of your hands vigorously. And then cover your eyes 3 times with it. And by the 3rd time, as you cover your eyes, we are going to open the eyes. And once we open the eyes, take your hands and just massage gently the forehead, the side of the temple. From the side of the temple, go underneath your earlobe, and from the earlobe, go to the back of your neck into the occipital. Just touch your back of the neck. And then from the back of the neck, interlace your hands and bring your arms, elbows out to the side. And lengthening your spine at the same time, opening the heart center. And then we're just going to a little bit lateral flexation to the right side. Coming back to the center, a little bit to your left side. Just explore. And then even back, bending a little bit or arching toward the back. Arms out to the side, elbows out to the side. And now we're going to bring your right elbow towards your left knee. Just as good as you can. And then we slowly raise your torso up. And then in the neutral position, elbows out to the side again, open the heart. So you open it up from the thoracic area. And now we're going to take your left elbow toward your right knee. Slowly coming down. And slowly raising your torso back up, coming back into a neutral position. Release your hands from your back, extend your arms up toward the sky. Then bend your right elbow and reach with your left hand towards your right elbow. Now you go into a rotation to the right side, then rotation to the left side. Just bringing in some kind of movement as your hand is reaching for your right elbow. And then perhaps maybe go into a circle with your upper thoracic area, just bringing in movement. And then come to a still point. Release your hand from your elbow, extend both arms up toward the sky. Let's just bring your palms or arms downward, shoulder height, palms is facing down. And then make a fist and open your hands again. The fist and open your hands. And then bend your wrist or bring your fingertips down toward the floor and then upward, keeping your elbows straight. Just kind of getting used to or just working with your forearm. And then bring your hands into a neutral position. And now bring your elbows or arms out to the side and then hands, fingertips toward each other. So out to the side and then fingertips toward each other. Good. Now we bring your arms up overhead again. We're bending your left elbow and bring your right hand onto the left elbow. Now we're turning your torso a little bit to the right side and left side. And then perhaps we're going to go into a circle. So there's some kind of movement that brings in fluid and movement. And then we come to a still point. Bring in both arms up over your head again. And then bring your left arm down onto the floor. And then we'll go into lateral flexation to the left side. As good as you can. Then bring your right arm back up toward the sky. Bring your left hand toward your right. Bring your right arm down onto the floor. And then go into a lateral flexation to the right side. And slowly come back up. And bringing your hands onto your knees and rounding your spine, arching your spine. Being curious about how the body feels. And just bringing in again movement and fluidity within the spine, within your back, and within your abdominals. And then coming into a neutral position. Let's move your, if you're on a bolster, come onto the floor. And let's go onto all fours. Round your spine and arch your spine. Coming into a neutral position, turning your toes under and lift yourself into downward dog. Moving your heels gently up and down. Creating the warmth, allow that fire to rise within your body for the heat. Welcome the heat as it not just only represents the warmth, but it also gives us a more life force.
So holding it in stillness, holding it, breathing in and out. Allow your mind to become empty. And now slowly bend your knees and hover with your knees over the floor. Then slowly go back into downward dog, looking at your right toe and your right thumb, stepping forward and between your hands and looking up. Breathing in and out. And then stepping back with your right foot, looking at your feet again, perhaps pedaling with your feet, right side, left side. And then look at your left toe, left thumb, stepping forward in between your hands and looking up. Stepping forward with your right foot, bending your knees, and then bringing your arms up, going into the chair pose. Slowly press yourself with your thighs into a standing position, back bending. And then bringing your hands in front of the heart center. Bringing your arms next to the body. And then stepping back with your right leg in the width of the mat a little bit. Bending your left knee as you bring your arms up overhead. And then with your knee bent on the left side, kind of tilt or anterior tilt your pelvis, posterior tilt your pelvis. So you're kind of tugging and arching your lower back. And now in this position here, now we're gonna bend your right knee a little bit more, and you wanna bring your right knee down toward the floor, and then you straighten your knee back again. So working with the right side, bending your right knee, bringing it down toward the floor, and then slowly coming back up. Challenge is keeping balance. Good. And now keeping your left knee bent. And now we're gonna bend your hip, or bring from your hip, come forward and reach with your hands to the floor. And then slowly raise your torso back up, maintaining your knee bent on the left side. So exhaling. Inhaling, arms next to your ears, and then coming up. So you're using the core muscle. Exhaling. So following again your own rhythm. Now let's keep your hands onto the floor. And now step forward with your right foot. So we're in forward fold. Let's bend both knees, arms up, going into a chair pose. Slowly press yourself up, back bending. Bringing your hands in front of the heart, arms next to your body, and focus on your whole bodies. Reaction and response. Stepping back now with your left leg. Bending the right knee. You may bring your arms up overhead, bringing your arms in the peripheral vision of your ears. Now we're gonna bend your left knee and bring your left knee toward the floor. Inhaling, straighten your left leg, so maintaining the right knee being bent. Follow your own rhythm and allow the movement to become consciously or mindful. And let's do it one more time. Now we're gonna hinge forward from your hip and we're gonna bring your hands next to your right foot. When you inhale, you come up. Arms are next to your ears. Knee maintains bent. Exhaling, coming forward. Inhaling, using your core, coming up. Follow again your own rhythm. Try to do at least 5 movements. And then with the last movement, place your hands next to your foot and step forward with your left foot. Then I invite you to step back with your right leg and come onto your right knee. So you press your pelvis forward so you get a nice stretch in your quads, and then you raise your arms up overhead. Maintaining, pressing your hips forward. Connecting to all those 5 koshas, witnessing it without reaction of your thoughts. Allowing your ego to be outside of your practice area, staying within your comfort zone. Exhaling now, let's bring your hands down onto the floor. Lift your knee off the mat and step forward. Arms next to your ears, and then try to come up into a 45-degree angle. So working with the core, at the same time, holding, exhaling, bringing your torso down, and stepping back with your left leg, going into lunge. So the hips are coming down pretty as good as far as you can. And then bring your knee onto the floor while you have your hip pressed forward. And then raise your torso up. Holding and breathing. So get a quick stretch in your quad area. And then let's bring your hands back down next to your right foot. Turn your toe under, lift your knee off the mat, and then step forward with your left foot. Arms next to your ears, bend your knees, and come into a squatting or into chair pose. Slowly straighten your knee and back bending. Bringing your hands in front of the heart center. And then next to your body. And take a moment and just breathe in and out. So now we're gonna step back with your right leg into a wide stance. Bring your arms out to the side. Let's bend your knee, right knee, left knee. Look over your hand. So practicing the warrior, imagine you're looking past your hands into a universe or galaxy, nothing specific. I invite you to squeeze your legs a little bit together so you're engaging your lower extremity as you keep on lengthening your spine. Welcome the fire element, heat rising. Also, heat is cleansing, it's supporting your metabolism, it supports your internal organ. It enhances the movement with fluid and warmth. Now, soften your lower extremity, straighten your knee, and then go into the triangle on the left side, bringing your arms up overhead. And you can go into a movement by bringing your right arm down toward your left and right arm up. So moving the upper thoracic area. Kneeling, exhaling. Next time when you bring your arm down towards your left leg, you're actually in pyramid. Once you're in pyramid, bring your arms up overhead and then turn your torso to the side and then turn your left foot forward so you're in a 5-point star. Now let's practice that on the opposite side. So your right foot turns 90 degrees, bending your right knee and you gaze over the right arm. Gazing like you're gazing into a universe, into space, without judgment, with an empty mind, practicing an empty mind. Welcome the sensations within the body. Squeeze maybe a little bit your legs together so you engage your whole lower extremity as well. Welcoming the fire element, as the fire element creates warmth, growth, nourishment, support. Here on, looking at your hand. Now let's straighten your knee and let's go into the triangle on the right side. So you can just hold it in that position, or you can bring in movement by bringing your arm up overhead, exhaling, bringing your arm down towards the right side. Your choice. Next time when you bring your left arm towards your right leg, and you're in pyramid. So allow yourself to get comfortable in this pyramid position. And then bring your arms next to your ears. Slowly raise your torso up. Bending your knee, bringing your arms out to the side, or bringing your foot forward. So we're standing in the 5-point star. Let's bring your arms together and legs toward each other, standing in Tadasana, mountain pose. Close your eyes for a moment and just sense your energy, sense your emotion, your feeling part of it, sense your physical body, sense or get to know or realizing your mental body. And welcome and support your intuitive self of guiding you within the posture itself. Kind of keep reminding you of either how you should practice or your limitation, not the fear, but that inner voice. And lastly, your connection with the higher self. Getting a sense of gratitude and appreciation. So now as our body is still warm, we're gonna starting to balance our body a little bit, so practicing balance. So we're gonna start by balancing our body, and if you have a bed next to you or something, we're gonna do the dancer first, standing position. So we reach with our right hand towards your right ankle, and we extend your left arm forward. Holding it and breathing. And then we let go, and we bring your hands down next to your body. Now let's practice that on the opposite side. So you reach with your left hand towards your left ankle and extend your right arm forward. Focusing on your breath. And then we let go of our hand and come back into Tadasana mountain pose. So as we have stretched the quads, so let's go into the other part of it where we work more with the adductors. And we're going to practice the tree pose. So you may place your hand in front of the heart center. Shift your weight 100% into your left leg, then to your right knee. Bring your right knee out to the side. And then when you feel comfortable, I invite you to bring your arms up overhead, reaching upward. Lengthening spine towards the sun. Again, the sun creating warmth, growth, support. So welcoming the fire within, welcoming the sun from the external, and allow, like the arms are representing the branches of the tree. Allow your tree to grow toward the sun, toward the sky. Let's bring your leg back down, bring your hands in front of the heart, next to your body, and just observe the whole right side of the body. It's the right side. Now we are going to practice the tree pose on the right side. So shift your weight 100% to the right. You can bring your palms together in front of the heart center. Bend your left knee out to the side, pelvis points forward. Once you have found comfortable, you can extend your arms up toward the sky, reaching upward. Breathing in and out, that's it. Holding it and breathing. Keep on lengthening the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Allow the hip to keep on coming forward. And then let's bring your leg back down, hands in front of the heart center and Anjali Mudra. Anjali Mudra, bring your arms next to your body. Sense and feel the whole left side of the body. Just the left side. Now we're taking a wider stance with our legs again. And now this time, we are gonna squeeze your legs apart. Let's bring the palm of your hand up toward the sky. Let's bend your elbows. And we have your legs straight and you squeeze your legs apart. Let's now bring your heels toward each other, bend your knees, holding it in the sun god position. But then in this position, also explore pushing your legs up gently apart as you bring your elbow towards your midline. And let's straighten your knee, bring your arms next to your body, point your feet forward. Let's come into a standing position into Tadasana, mountain pose. Let's reach with your hands behind your back and hinge forward and try to bring your arms up overhead. Try to keep your spine elongated. Now, if you feel like movement, I invite you to move your upper shoulder, the right side to the left side. Just kind of turning. And then find a still point, looking up, looking ahead. And then release your hand, bend your knee, bring your hands down onto the floor, bend your knees some more, open your knees, and maybe you can get into a squatting. And when you get into squatting, you can go into a deeper squatting where you actually widen your stance and you bring your heel down onto the floor. Keep on exploring. So eventually your feet are completely flat onto the floor. And then from here, place your hand flat onto the floor. And then bend your elbows. And perhaps you can come onto your knees and for your forearm. And from your forearm onto your knees. And then from your knees, you're gonna bring your hip toward your heels. So you're stretching the shoulders. And then from here, kind of curl yourself with a rounded spine onto all fours. Once you're on all fours, bring your left arm underneath the right arm and go into a gentle spinal twist. You may keep your right hand as a support, or you may extend and bring your right arm up toward the sky. You also can bend your right elbow. And you can bring your hand onto the left side of your body. So you can do a different kind of modification if you choose. Release your hands now and place it back next to your head or face. Push yourself up onto all fours. Round your body and arch your body. Again, getting used to the movement within the spine. Anything that feels good to you. You can even just move a little bit from right side to left side, forward and back. Now let's bring your right arm underneath the left and rest on your right shoulder. Bringing your left arm up towards the sky. Either bending your elbow to left shoulder. Bringing your arm to your hand toward your left hip, the right hip. And bring in the left hand next to your ear or face, and then push yourself again onto all fours. Round your spine and arch your spine. So gentle. Now we move both hands over to the right side. We step forward with your left foot and we raise your torso up. Now we're gonna tuck your pelvis down and arch it. So you get a gentle stretch in your quads on the right side. To be active with your arms, you can raise, this is the right knee. You can raise your right arm up overhead. The left hand points to the back. So we kind of posterior tilt the pelvis, tucking the tailbone in and then letting go. Arms are open, so the fascia system of the upper arms, and you can also make a movement by pulsing the arms to the back. That pulsing brings in water element, fluid, and movement and nourishment into the fascia system. Let's bring your hands down onto the floor and let's step back with your left foot. Again, be on all fours, round your spine, arch your spine, in synchronicity with your breath, being mindful with an empty mind. Now, if you are practicing, when I'm saying with an empty mind is, if you are thinking about how you can synchronize the movement with your breath, that's staying connected with your physical body, that's staying connected with your system. And also, when you're witnessing the emotion, when you're witnessing the energy that travels within your body system. When I'm saying empty mind is not thinking about yesterday or tomorrow or your goals or what you need to do or want to do, or what you expect from your body. So let's move both hands over to the left side. Step forward with your right foot. Engage your core muscle. Raise your torso up. Allow the knee to be in line with your hip and your ankle. And now the right arm goes to the back, finger points to the back. The left arm comes up. And again, you can go into a pulsing with your arms. And anterior tilt, posterior tilt with your hip. just bringing the hip into, or making the movement, bringing in movement and fluidity into the hip area and into the quad and hamstrings. You can just tuck in the tailbone or go bring the hip in posterior posterior tilt, and then just move your arms. Good, and then we're gonna bring your hands down onto the floor, and this time we're gonna come all the way down onto the floor. Once we have reached the floor, let's hold the soles of your feet and then move your knees up and down. So we're bringing in movement now into the tendons, external, internal hip rotators. Movement, again, is water, fluidity. So we're gonna move our knees a little bit more with vigorous, with energy. A little bit more fire into our movement. Now, if your intuition, rather, if your inner teacher is telling you not to have as much energy, follow that. It's just learning to stay within your body system, learning to get to know your body system and challenge it, but not challenging it so you have an injury as an outcome. So it's finding, really getting to know your body on a daily basis as your body changes and renews. Daily, it renews, the cells are reborn and replenish it itself. So let's come a still point with our knees. Let's bring your knees toward each other. And let's go all the way down onto the floor. And we're gonna practice now a spinal twist. And we're gonna practice a deeper spinal twist by having your knees in line with your hip and your ankles in line with your knees. Hands are out to the side, fingertips are pointing downward. So let's bring your right knee towards your right arm. Breathing in and out. Then bring your knee back to the center. And now bring your knees toward the left arm. Get back to the center. Let's do it again. Let's do it 3 times on each side. In, out to the side. Into the center. Out. Back to the center. To the opposite side. Last time. Going back to the center and straighten your legs. And bringing your arms next to your body and going into Shavasana, preparing your body to go into a resting pose. Palms can be up toward the sky, heels on the edge of the mat. And focus your attention towards your breath. Breathing in and out. As you inhale, you can say silently, I am. As you exhale, you can say content.
You also may say as you inhale, I am, as you exhale, at peace. And then it's time for us to come back into the moment. So allow your body to stretch 3 times. And then we roll over to the side. And then you push yourself into a seated position with your eyes closed. Then remember your sankalpa or statement of intent at the beginning of the session. And then I invite you to contemplate on your experience throughout the day. And now we're going to end the session with a namaste. Before we do so, we are going to honor the evening. And once again, with great respect and love, I honor your heart and inner teacher.
Now place your palms together in front of the heart center. Bow your head down toward your sternum. Open your eyes, getting with the lightness around me. Namaste. I'm in here, it says.